I want to hear all those things before we kickstart the class. And remember, why I decided that we switch a bit from the regular site we have been using is simply because I want us to be more of a decentralized people. So that's why we are using Odus. And for now, we will not be able to be, if we want to spend 10 hours on the call, I think we can spend 10 hours on the call without not, what should I say, without not ending the call. And also I've been able to, because one of the limitation we have been having for a couple of time is that we have not been able to always have recording of our classes. So perfectly I've solved that, and this class that we are right now is being recorded. So over time and later in this week, I'll be able to push it up either to the Discord or to the Telegram. So you need to download this class video so that in case you miss anything, you should be able to make reference to it. And please, whatever you are learning, put it in practice. That is just the essence I'm here. And if you are not making progress, it's something that I will not be happy. Personally, I've invested much of my time trying to change everything and make everything in a better way. I recently created our Discord in which I'm going to share what you'll be doing inside the Discord, and also whatever you'll be learning, put it in practice. You learn today, tomorrow, because you finish class in the night around 10. Tomorrow morning, find time, or tomorrow himself is 24 hours. Spend time, write something on your Twitter. The more value that you have, or the more you put yourself into place, that is the more words you are going to tell people, or your profile will tell people. But when someone go to your profile, maybe your Twitter, it looks around, there is no single thing that is there. Does it impress the person, or does it make the person to hire you? During our previous class, if you were there, I think some people were not there, or maybe nearly three of you in the call were not there. I speak about why you are not getting higher. It is simply because you are just like the millions of people that are doing the same thing. And at the end of the day, there is nothing you show for. Your CV is just a regular one. Over the time, I think I'll re-emphasize on that again, because I'm somebody that have to be sincere with you. If I'm not sincere with you, then there is no purpose of me being here. We do not have our quiz last week, so we are going to have our quiz of last week this Wednesday, and there will also be quiz on Saturday. Why am I bringing the quiz? It is simply to test all that you have been learning. And also at, I think at the first of every month, I'll be able to send you, I will be able to send you a couple of whatever amount I can send to you. But I'm not going to say it's much, I'm not going to say it's small. I'm just going to send what I feel it is okay for everyone. So right now I'm going to go to my Discord and I'll share my screen. I believe everyone can see my screen.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Elegbe,
I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
okay, sorry. Have you received the notification now?
I have not received, but I've checked my data balance. It seems it has added. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Looking at our Discord right now, this is going to be our home, and we are going to do a whole couple of things. So if you have not joined the Discord, the link is there in the community. So also, if I'm able to finish the bots and whatever we have, maybe our next quiz will happen. Our Wednesday quiz may happen inside Discord, depending on the time I have to finish creating and integrating the bot. And first of all, when you join, you are going to see this channel, only this gateway from here to here. You are not going to see the rest of this channel. I try to create things so that you yourself you'll be able to think. Because when you join, you are just going to see one, two, three. And what you should be thinking is at the end of the day, there will have been more things I supposed to see. And that will lead you to the verify hash. On the blockchain, things are done with hash. And if you look at this saver, I'm using terms that is related to blockchain. So what I entail you to do is to click on this link up to verify yourself. And when you verify, you'll be given a verify rule. And when you get the verify rule, you'll be able to see the rest of the channel that a verify user like you can see. Then on this Genesis terms, it consists of our rules and what you have to know. Then on this tweet stream, this is actually where because I created a Twitter page. If you have not followed it, I'll drop the link in the community or you just check, you see it there. This is whenever I post anything with our official Twitter handle, it's going to come in here, and this is what I've been happening over time. So anytime I post, in few seconds it's going to appear here. And on this channel, you will not be able to send any messages. Then you see chain welcome, new block. Whenever a transaction is done on the blockchain, what happened? It is being published that anyone can see. So whenever you join this Discord on the new block, it will be notified that you have joined the Discord. So now you can see list of people that have joined the Discord, and that is it. Then we have a network upgrade. This is just solely where we will be having an announcement, news, and anything. And here I'll integrate a calendar that will show whatever activities. Sorry, give me a minute. I have unlocked this call so that anyone can join without me meeting you. So that nobody will say it's getting difficult. So on this art for calendar, I'll integrate a calendar that will be here. So here also you are not able to send messages, but you see something. And whenever you join this, I'm going to give you a learner's role, because without the learner's role, you will not be able to carry out activities. And looking at this quiz, if you don't have a learner role, you will not even be able to see this, talk less of even participating in the quizzes that will happen in there. So on this chain launch, this is where you are the block chat. You should be able to send message here, talk with each other, and you can even play games. I just want you people to have fun. That's why I let you guys to play in game in here. The note intro, it is where you just introduce yourself. And people like meme, and Web3 loves meme, so you can post memes for people that know how to use memes. And we are going to have our education up. I'll be able to send in all the books I've written about Web3 in here, and you should be able to see this even with your verify rule. But for now, you people will be able to have this verify rule and a learner rule. All these other rules that is here, it is about your proof of work. I want to be transparent, and I want everyone to know how things work in the industry. If you are not working hard, you'll not even be able to do a lot of things in this saber. So if you want to be serious, if you want to be where you have to be, the only good thing that President Buhari said during his regime, he said that changes begins with you. And I actually trust that, because if you want to make changes, if you want to be where you have to be, you have to make that change yourself. And in me, I'm not God, but I'm somebody that is super earnest with anyone I come across. What I'm going to teach you, or everything I'm going to teach you, should be able to land you before this year end in a very solid financial stage. But that will only come when you learn and practice. Me, I learn every day. So you may think that you know so much, but in this space, you don't know everything. So this is doubt question. So when you find difficult question, or when maybe you are working on something you don't understand, you learned you don't understand, please use this DAPS question to ask your question. And for this dive protocol, I think you as a learner, you should be able to send in messages in here. This is going to happen for the works you are doing. You get a job, you don't understand things, or you see a new project, you want to dive into it, you come here, we'll talk about it, we'll figure it out. Then for this one, this is the ultimate place I want to carry everyone to be. But I don't know for you. I've always solely focused on being an engineer. In anything I do, I think that's what fits me best. Building is what I love doing. For you to build the next phase, if you are not working out and learning how to change the world, people will always build things, and what you end up being is just the end user. Every day of your life, you keep using things. You use Facebook, you use WhatsApp, you use MetaMask. When will you also build things that people will be using? I'm asking you that. So if you're going to be that, I'm not telling you to look at it at this moment, but in the nearest future, which is 6 months, 1 year from now, when you start making money and you're not hungry coming to classes like this, you should be able, and we'll deliberate on how we are going to be here. I'll actually teach you that if you are serious. Then for this, before you are able to see this token gist channel, do I even make, okay, let me see if I make you guys to see. Okay, I've made you guys to see this channel, but you will not be able to do anything. This is where I'm going to be posting verified jobs that will pay. I will not pay something that it is not verified. And for people that have ambassador tax, this will be your home, where you people talk, where you people, because if you people are working in a project, 2 3 people from here, 4 can be working on same project. You people will discuss in here. And we are going to have a DAO council. I'm someone that actually believe in decentralization. So you may feel that I'm not good enough to lead you, to teach you. So I'm actually building what you'll be able to vote me out of this Discord. I will not even have access to skill chain network. If people can carry skill chain network, and maybe grow it if you have the capacity to do so, if you feel that I'm not good enough. So we are going to be taking decentralized voting, where people are going to vote on something. Maybe if I have $1,000 to use to develop this community solely from my own end, I will not just carry the money and be dashing people because maybe I've seen you because I know you, or I don't know you. I don't even want to know. Everything has to be on the blockchain. So if you need money, if you say you are in need and we have that resource to give you. Everyone has to vote that. Maybe I have to give you the $10, $20, $50. The vote has to be there. So this is where we are going to be having our this purely decentralization. Then we can also have classes like this as I'm having with you right now inside here. I've actually do things that will be able to help us do that. So we are going to be having here will be for the class recording, because as I said, this class is now on recording. I've tried to build something and how to figure it around. This is where we'll be. And also this is going to be where we can have our classes. So if you see right now, I can decide to host in class in here. I can also decide to share my screen, and we can even do a couple of magics in there. So I believe that's it. That's the magic. So we can have our classes right inside our Discord, and all those things are all available in there. Also, if you need help, you are going to use this site. So if you need help, you should be able. So you can see we can have our classes in there. Everything is working. I've tried. So you people should be very, very much serious. It is not easy. And by the way, I'll also be teaching you all how to do all these things. So the goal is not just for me to know. The goal is for everyone to know what to do. So if you need help, we are going to be using our help desk right here. You can use couple of command in here, and but for this one you guys will not be able to have access to it. So remember, our quiz will be on Wednesday before we start the class. So I'll actually try to finish whatever we have on this call. Sorry, I'll try to finish everything that concerns this quiz to work, and I'll test it. If it's not working, we are going to use the first one we use on the Telegram, because that one is working perfectly. So that was the overview of this our Discord. So it's a very interesting place to be, and please, if you are not here, try to be here. And that's that for now. So let's kickstart and from where we stopped in last class. Quick question because I don't know. Are we, are others people always experiencing difficulties in joining the class through these orders so that I'll know if I have to stop using orders or I have to try. Maybe we just have to use Discord, use Google Meet or whatsoever. Are you guys always experiencing any difficulties? So who can remind me where we stopped on our last class? Hello.
Good evening, sir. We stop at bridging in a crypto wallet.
Okay, we stop at breaching. Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. We were trying to look at the testnet and aha, yes. Please, oh, let me recall. There was a time I dropped in a link to a Zilly, and that link to Zilly was Dumbly, and I asked you all to participate. How many of us participated on the Dumbly? Let me know. Um, my data is getting low. I will have to buy data again. If you do it, I think you just have to look at the leaderboard because we have just sent out the rewards. And please, the money is not the token is on mainnet, but there is no liquidity. Do not try to swap it because we have not finally launched what we have to do. So I'm actually working in Dublin for now. So that was why I asked you guys to do that. So what we just did today, um, we have sent 1 million token, 1 million of that token, 1 million to the top 100 people on the leaderboard. So if you did that, good for you. If you not do it, but as far as you participated in that daily, we still send you 1,000 pieces of stars. And for now, I cannot tell you how much is going to vote, but it's going to vote something for something you less stress yourself to do. So today we are going to try out the testnet to show you how you can breach. And let me check if there is any of my wallet I have free money. But if I cannot check any of my wallet that I have free money, we are just going to do breaching directly on a testnet. And what do I say testnet is? A testnet is actually, in a simple term, a testnet is just an event. Please, if your mic is on, this I cannot mute your mic because this is decentralized. I don't have power. I just have power to create this and allow you to join. And for me, I join with my crypto wallet, and that's the difference. I don't join with my email. So a testnet is actually a crypto event in the way that it is not live on the blockchain. It is actually you testing out what is going to be if this kind of product go lives on the blockchain, but the transactions are actually still going to be confirmed on the blockchain, and everything is still going to be done on the blockchain. But what it means is the token or whatever you are using there does not have a monetary value. So a testnet is actually what? A crypto, let me call it a crypto event or a blockchain event that projects carry out for them to test their product, and they themselves cannot test it alone. They need you and I to come in and try to figure out something. Do you find bugs? Because all of us use different devices. You may use a Windows laptop, somebody else may use a MacBook, another person may use a Linux, the other person may use an Android phone, the other person may use an iPhone, and so on and so forth. So people have to test this. Is this actually working or is this not working? And most times you get rewarded for doing that. And are we doing that in Dumbling? Partially, yes. So let's get in and try to see how we can do this thing. But if this class again, I think on Wednesday, I think I should, because I'm not sure if the wallet I have any. I think I will just try. I'll just try. Should we try? We'll try. But let's first of all see from Testnet. After Testnet, I'm going to use a real life wallet to do that, where the thing is actually on Mainnet. So right now, um, let me share my screen thing. So how will I be able to refresh? So I'm using a SU base. A SU is a blockchain just like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, and so. So you can actually get a faucet is actually a testnet token, a token that does not have a monetary value. So this is actually faucet.su.io. So you can actually get faucets directly from here, a text crypto token that does not have a monetary value. So I now move on to our protocol. Please, whatever you are going to see on my screen, it is not a real money. It is not a real money in any sense. So all this figure you should be seeing, please, oh, it is not real money in any way. So first of all, I explain what is wrap. Wrap is simply this way. We call it in crypto. When cryptocurrency or the blockchain come into play, there was no ability for blockchain to be able to communicate with each other. Ethereum could not communicate with Bitcoin. Bitcoin could not communicate with Ethereum. It sounds like people staying in the same, no, not even in the same house. Sorry for me saying using that word. It sounds like people staying in the same, maybe in the same country or different countries, and they cannot even communicate with themselves. So that was how the blockchain is. They cannot communicate with each other. I cannot send Ethereum from here to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin cannot send to an Ethereum. And they could not communicate with each other. But there was a point where the blockchain himself, people say, how can we make it better? And that's one thing I will tell you. Humanity thrives on evolution. And as a human being, if you are not evoluting, if your dad have a car, please, your own should not be just a car. You should have more than a car. If your dad stops schooling in primary school, you should not stop schooling in primary school. If you even have to, your condition as someone that do not go to primary school should be better than your dad. That's how humanity is. So we now come up with wrapped token. That's why on Bitcoin you can see wrapped BNB. In your you can actually wrap. So wrapping is just a process in on the blockchain where a token or a coin from another blockchain can be inside another blockchain. That's why on BNB you can see wrap Ethereum. You can see wrap BNB on Ethereum. That is just another coin being existing in another blockchain. So how do we do that? I'm going to wrap Su right now. Let me just wrap Su. As I click on, I believe everyone can see my screen. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know. Ayo is finding it hard to join this call. What is going on? I'm sharing all my tab so that you see the process yourself. And don't worry, after the testnet, we are going to do it on on this thing on a live token. I just pray I have any token that is in my wallet. So sorry, that should be wrong. If it is a wrong password, we are done. So it's actually a wrong password. Just give me a minute to let me. I think something not be wrong. So finally, why am I confirming this transaction? Remember, if you have been here when I've been shouting private key, public key, whenever you are signing a transaction, whenever you are signing a transaction on your wallet, your private key and your seed and your private key and your seed phrase are actually what enable you to sign a transaction. If these two things does not exist, you cannot sign a transaction. You cannot confirm any transaction. Just as when you want to send money on your OPay, Kuda, First Bank, or whatever bank you are using, they ask you what your PIN for you to confirm transaction. Depending on the that you because I think I'll just use this bank. Sorry guys, let me try to show my password. So the same way that you need this your password to actually confirm transaction, the same way it has to be on the blockchain. And here we go. Just taking a couple of times. So why do I want to show us this? It is simply for you to know. As I said before, your seed phrase is the master backup of what your cryptocurrency wallet. If at any point in time you lose your seed phrase, your wallet is actually gone forever. Even though you have the private key, you just import the private key, and what the private key owes is what? Your private key just owes what? Your public address, which is your wallet address, in which your wallet is actually incomplete. What you are just doing in there is going to help you to sign transaction. But in complex things, you need your seed phrase. So your seed phrase and your private keys enable you to sign transaction. This thing is taking most of our time. How can I go back? Okay. So that is why the transaction can be confirmed. But if your wallet does not have a private key, your transactions cannot go through. Let me check something too. Or is it my data? It's supposed to go through by now. So what we were doing was just moving a block, a token to another blockchain, but in a wrap form, and that's just what it's all about. When a particular token is moving to a new block to another blockchain that is not its own, that token is existing as a wrap token. It seems we are having too much too much of people doing this testnet at the moment. So I will not be able to console and check how many people, but I think I have to use something else. Let's just use something else like, so going to share another screen. So I'm going to move. Sorry, just give me a few minutes. Okay, where's my wallet? Okay, guys. Um, wait, can you all see my screen? No, my screen is not being shared. Okay, I thought that you guys were seeing my screen, and I've already hit this. This is a Rose is actually a crypto token that is on the mainnet. So I want to actually swap it from Ozias himself, from Ozias blockchain to a BNB blockchain. And after that, is actually going to breach it. And remember, why is it showing breach at the end of this place? It is simply because Rose and Binance chain are actually different chain. If I'm converting anything from Rose to a BNB, what is going to happen is actually a breach. Because what is a breach? Breaching is a process in which a particular crypto is being converted from one token in a blockchain to another token in a blockchain, but with the same value. So if what is even price of this now? Sorry, is my network breaking out, you guys? Sorry, just give me, let me check. My data is low. I know that one. Hello, can you guys hear me now? Hope my line is not breaking anymore. So right now, why we are having breaching at the end of the year is simply because we are moving this crypto from this blockchain to another, which is what, a BNB. And as it's loading right now, let me just share my screen and just put it in a design for people that are new to just understand what is happening there. And I hope I do not mean to even convert as much as that. I know I've entered problem. Uh, okay, so this is my screen. And yeah, my side. Sorry guys, can you just give me, I think, 1 or 2 minutes? I have to do something. I have to get data and I have to switch my network. I think that's where the problem is coming from because my data right now should be very, very low. Just give me about 2 to 3 minutes. I think I will be back. Sorry, guys. I'm very, very sorry for keeping you all waiting. So we are going to begin. So let me just continue my explanation. Let me see where it was. So if I increase my screen, so can you all see my screen? Okay, so right now this is I'm going to populate this. So now this is so looking at this now, we are going to do something. I'm going to call this bridge. I know we have spent a lot of time, sorry. How many people are still on the call? Can I know? All these Ekpe, Ijoma, Logical, and Jefta. Are you guys still here? If you are here, if you don't want to unmute your mic, you can just drop a message. Okay, so I'm going to call the swap. um, So this is swap first, and the next one is going to call bridge. So this will be our bridge. I just want you to understand how these things works under the hood, so that tomorrow now you will not tell anybody that you don't know what they call swap and bridge and how it works. So now let's say this is a blockchain called BNB, and in this BNB I have to reduce my text. It should be, and this is BNB chain. All of us know, or some of us rather, because I think we are still very fresh here. For some people that have used BNB, BNB has its own blockchain, and every other token, sorry, yeah, every other cryptocurrency that is under BNB, what is it called? I think I know who I should direct this question to. Mr. Logical, you have always been with us and I've re-emphasized these times without number. Any token, sorry, any crypto that does not have its own blockchain, what is it called? Please answer so that I continue. Any kind of crypto that does not have its own blockchain, what is it called? Mistake there, please. What can you help me answer the question? Um, for the
We call it a native token.
what do you say?
A native token, sir. Like any token that doesn't have its blockchain, I think it should be called a native token.
A native token. Is that what you say?
Yeah. So you say any token like any
Any
token that
crypto.
doesn't have its own blockchain.
Yeah, I say any crypto that does not have its own blockchain. What is it called?
Oh, mm, I don't have it. I think I don't have it, an idea about that one.
Okay. Any crypto uh, that does not have its own blockchain, that stays on another person blockchain, is actually called what? A token. Why any cryptocurrency that has its own blockchain is called what? A coin. There's difference between coin and what? And a token. And that's why we are talking about this bridge right now. So when we are here, I'll write out the most simplest definition of a crypto that you should know. So I'll explain more. So let me just focus on the design. Seems we have more to do, if I'm not mistaken, because this class should be ending by 9. And There's a problem. I'm outside. So this is a BNB chain. And what is swap, or what is swapping in any way? So a crypto swapping refers to the process of directly exchanging one cryptocurrency to the other. Instead of you converting crypto to fiat currency and then purchasing a different crypto, swapping for a more straightforward and often cost-effective exchanges. So this is BNB, and in BNB we have things like let me just try to speed up this line. Here we have popular stablecoin like USDT. We have USDC. And who knows any coin that is under Binance? We have a lot of coin under Binance, but let us focus on these two now. So now this is BNB. You have USDT and you have USDC. Let's say in case you want to convert this one to this one, you want to convert a BNB to a USDT or to USDC, what will happen? What you just need to do is to just convert it, which is swapping. That means this BNB will still directly be inside. Sorry, this USDC will still do what? Directly. Will still directly be under what? This Binance chain, instead of you moving it out. So a crypto swapping is just you directly exchanging one crypto to the other. USDT is a crypto, Binance is a crypto, but the difference is they are living inside a blockchain, which is a BNB blockchain, and maybe they pay you USDC in a project that you are working for, and you want to convert your USDC to Binance because it will cost you less gas fee. This is what you just do. You go to your wallet, oh my, this thing is not, my network is not cracking. Then for bridge now, let's say, let me just explain it before you see the practical. This is Ethereum. This is another blockchain called Ethereum, and you want to move this guy that is here. Let me just create a new box for these people so that I use this one. So this one is the one easier for me to use. So you want to move this guy from BNB to Ethereum. What is it going to happen? This is bridging. You want to move this guy from here, from this blockchain to this blockchain. This is bridging. And what is bridge? A bridge is just a tool that allowed you to move your digital asset from one blockchain. BNB is what? A blockchain, to another blockchain. And that is just it on the simplest form. So right now, I don't know what is wrong going on. Why is this thing still? Okay, guys. I'm going to share my. Did anyone understand my illustration? Swapping still is just still within the same blockchain, but for bridge, is you moving this crypto? I think I have to go back to Figma. Moving this crypto from where it was to another blockchain, and this is another blockchain called Ethereum, and you moving this from here, which this was where it was, to this blockchain is actually called what? A bridging. Please, if you don't understand, ask me. I'll re-explain again. That's the purpose we are here, so that as we are. Hello? No one is asking question, or do you understand my explanation? You people should talk now. We are in class, and the purpose of us being here is to learn. When you don't understand something, you better ask, because it's not when they go and pay you now. You don't know what to do with what you have. And okay, only one person that responded, I understand. So there is no problem. If you have question, please ask. So I'll share my screen here, and we want to swap and bridge. So I'm going to do something. Mhm. Hello, Jefta. Can you hear me now? No, you are not still hearing. Hello, Jeff. Are others people hearing me? Lord, Mr. Medion, Miss Ijoma, can you guys hear me? So right now I'm going to share my screen to somewhere else. I don't know what's the problem. But if you are not hearing me, please let me know. I want to. Jeff, if you are not hearing me, please leave this call and join back again. I don't know why we are having so much problem. So I'm sharing my screen. So I want to swap this a rose to a BNB. Just know first of all what will happen. I've already explained. When moving a coin from one blockchain to the other, that is actually what? When you are moving a crypto from one blockchain to the other, that is bridging. So we will bridge how many pieces of it, and this is what we are going to have. And if I open my wallet, if you can see, oh, I don't know, let me just see if you can see my screen. Oh, I don't know, MetaMask does not, since I'm not sharing entire screen, so it does not allow to see my wallet screen at the moment. So for now, sorry, it is not my fault. As my wallet right now, do I have a BNB? I think no, I don't have. Sure, it is very, very certain. So, okay, I just have a very little fraction of BNB, less than $1. So, where we are right now, so I'm going to, so I'm going to bridge right now, right away. So I'm going to bridge these pieces to another blockchain. It is real money, oh, not the testnet. I will check whether the testnet is still loading to you now. So I click on what? Swap and bridge. So it's going to do that. It will enable me to confirm a transaction. Anything you want to do in your wallet, you must always do what? Confirm a transaction. So I've confirmed the transaction. It should be loading. When it is done, in a couple of minutes, it should be able to. So it is being confirmed, it is being swapped, waiting to do what? Unwrap. I've already explained wrap. The first time that a crypto move from one blockchain to the other, it has to be done, it has to be wrapped. From there, it has to be unwrapped. And finally, your bridging happen. I've explained it a couple of times, and at least you are seeing it in action. First, when you move a particular crypto to a new blockchain, what happens? It is being wrapped. Then again, it gets unwrapped. And finally, the bridging happen, where you will now be able to see this be a 10 if you were bridging to a BNB. That it will actually show. It's not going to show like wrap Ethereum, wrap BNB or whatever. So right now, we check on this testnet if it's problem. I don't know. Let me refresh this site. So now we are, let me check our material if we are not too far behind. So we have done what? Swapping. We supposed to try out the testnet, but I don't know, it's taking a whole lot of time and I don't know. I'll have to try again. So is this one done? It is still loading, but it should be done in no time. So while this is going on, please let us go back to our class and learn something new. So we have talked about testnet, that a testnet is a test network designed to experience the different improvement in blockchain without causing harm to the usual network. While mainnet is just a term used to describe when a blockchain protocol is fully developed and deployed on the blockchain, where live transactions will happen without any issues, and all the tokens that is associated with that kind of project will have what will have a monetary value. So let's move ahead. You have come a long way today because you have been able to understand testnet, what are testnet, and there can also still be a testnet on the mainnet. So if they want to add new feature to a blockchain, just as when you build your house, and maybe when you look at your house was very okay when you build it. Maybe your dad house, it was built in 2010. Fast forward to 2025, there is a type of improvement. The louvers that they use in 2010, it is not the same louvers they are using there, except you were too advanced. I'm not sure the kind of advancement that someone in Nigeria will have that time to have the current grades of louvers that they are using in today. So you now decide to change the louvers. First of all, you call someone to come and look at it. They'll test what was your window length and what should be the frame of these new louvers, because the frame thickness with the one we have before and these ones are actually different. Is it not so? That is testing. So when they actually fix your louvers in your house that was already being built and people are living, first of all, that house becomes what? A mainnet, because it's already been built and furnished. But you're actually trying to do an upgrading called a testnet on the window. When you fix the louvers, you tell somebody, you tell the person, open and close. Is it closing? If the thing is not closing well, you tell him to remove it and put it back. That is actually a testnet. And that's what I said, that a testnet is what? A testnet was designed to experience a different improvement in the blockchain without causing harm to the usual network. The same way you're fixing that louvers without not destroying your building. Is it not an improvement if you put new louvers, new doors, modern one? Is it not an improvement to your house? You repaint it. Is what? An improvement. But before all those things, before you are convenient that those things are done, you have to test it. The guy that is painting the, is it aligning or is it just when is scraping? Before you know what happened, line are just showing after just 2-3 minutes after painting the house. That was wrong. You have to, if all those things are not working fine, you will not pay the guy, or you tell him to redo it for you to pay. But on mainnet is a term used to describe a blockchain project or protocol that is fully developed and deployed on the blockchain, just as a mansion or a magnificent building that is being built from scratch, lintels, everything is being done, and they have painted, good louvers, good paint, everything is modern. Take it to be a mainnet because everything is being done and people can park in there. They have tested with this house craft. They have checked for all those points if anything is wrong. So that is just what mainnet and testnet are. So what are the purpose of testnet and mainnet? The purpose of what mainnet is just a functional stuff. Everything is working fine. But testnet is just like a testing environment. When your earpiece, is it, how did they call? Is it your earpiece on your phone? No, that's how they call it, if I'm mistaken. Is it earpiece or something? The device that is inside your phone that allows you that when you call someone, the person should, you should be able to hear the person and the person should hear you. So when you meet a phone repairer and he finally fixed that, he will tell you, call me. Can you hear me? Are you not hearing me? Call someone. So that he will finally know if he has fully done that. That is the purpose of what? Testnet. It is just a testing environment. Transactions on the mainnet are actually real transactions stored on the actual blockchain. But okay, thank you very much. It's called mouthpiece. So where was I? Okay. So transactions that you see on the testnet, like on my screen right now, if I'm able to share my screen, if you look at here, all these things that are here are actually transactions that I've done. But what happened? They are not directly stored on the blockchain. It's just a simulated blockchain that all these informations are being stored. So let me go back to where I was and share my screen. Um so everything there are not stored. Everything are just fake. So the coins on the mainnet, it has a real value. On the on the testnet, it does not have any monetary value. I've been saying it. On the mainnet, you pay gas fee, but on the testnet, it is free. The testnet that you can pay gas fee is a testnet that is being done on a mainnet, that is testing an existing blockchain for a new feature. On the mainnet, transaction fee are high. On the testnet, it is very, very low or zero. Mining, the economic incentive and real coin. So if you carry out any kind of activities like staking, farm yielding, or yield farming with a mainnet protocol or a mainnet project, what is simply going to happen is that you are going to earn over time with it, but on the testnet there is no economic benefit. But why are we testing things? We are testing things to know. That is why the guys that do testnet very well, they understand what the blockchain is about. They understand what is going on under the hood. And the project most times, sometimes, or most times, decide to do what they call airdrop, and they call it free money. You can actually participate in any testnet. One, you will learn. One, you understand what they are building. And three, you get incentivized, you get paid for doing all those things sometimes, but sometimes it may not work because sometimes the people that have larger followers, larger referrals will get the airdrop in large allocation than you yourself. So how to use testnet, we have done that, and I will try once more. Maybe it was my network. Everything today, this one is still breezy. This is incredible. Instead, I would have used something else. Okay, let me try. So what are smart contracts? Over the time, or when the blockchain was being built, there was nothing like smart contract. And the functionalities that we have today, you being able to stake your token, you being able to move your token from one blockchain to the other, they were never available simply because there was absence of something called the smart contract. And by the way, by now I know you have been guessing. Why don't you move ahead and tell us what a smart contract is? And what is smart contract himself? What makes him so powerful? What makes him that we can move asset from one blockchain to the other? We can send we can receive, and we can stake, we can earn and do a lot of things on the blockchain. Thank you very much. If you ask that question, a smart contract is similarly to the contract that you have in the real world, because before a contract is being signed or is being sealed, there needs to be an agreement between two people or groups of people. But the problem with human contract is simply this contract can actually be changed at any minute. Maybe someone come to your house and someone forcefully maybe stole your land or do anything. He told you, ah, guy, this thing that you do is very bad. Don't worry, I'm going to fight this case for you, and I'll make you to get your land back. The other guy met him somewhere. He said, forget about it. You don't even have money to pay you. I can give you 300,000, 1 million. Let's die this matter. Let me go with the land. Humanity can compromise that, and he can end up collecting that money, and he don't even mind you again. He does not even show concern. You call him, he switch up his phone. You call him, he begins to quarrel with you. Or you were meant to do something for someone. He promised you, okay, at the end of this month, as you are working for me, I will pay you 10,000 naira. At the end of the month, he refused to pay you that money. That is the problem with human contracts. The same way you go to bank, there was no agreement that anytime you want to come and withdraw money, that they will not allow you to withdraw that money. But you go, there is no money in the ATM machine to dispense money for you. You go to inside the bank, they will give you stories, all sort of kinds. It is simply humanity contracts are actually a taboo that default pure democracy. But let's look at this guy called smart contract. It is smart, and finally it is a contract. So a smart contract is a self-executing contract with terms of agreement known as transactions protocol, and it can auto execute based on the terms of that contract. Is that not wonderful? You're working for me, and I use a smart contract and say that on the 15th of every month, Mr. Edith, Ijoma, Jephthah, Emedion are to be paid 50,000 naira at 10 a.m. The blockchain, the smart contracts note that on 10 a.m. on every 15th of the month, as far as you are still working under me, your money land on your crypto wallet or wherever without stress. That same time, no second. There is no second that is going to delay it. Automatically, it will appear there. He's saying it directly. But can human being do that? No. Human beings are full of lies, they are full of deceits, and they cannot be trusted. But should you trust me? I cannot tell you. I just have to live a life that I should earn your trust. Trust are being earned. Smart contracts have earned humanity trust. And that is just it. It's a self-executing. It does not need anybody to tell him do this. As far as that was what he was programmed to do, he do it. That's the same way when an hacker wipe off your money in your crypto wallet. It is actually a line of smart contracts that do that. That is called overriding of assets. So he override the ownership and forcefully perform a transactions, and he wipe you off immediately. So I'll explain again in a more simpler term that the smart contract is just like a normal contract that you see in the real world that have what terms of agreement. And on the blockchain, these terms of agreements are known as transactions protocol, and it has the ability to carry out whatever task it was asked to do on its own, as far as is within the terms of that contract. So what are the features of these smart contracts? Am I checking time? It is written in code into the blockchain. The contract is part of the public blockchain. Anyone can see it. Parties involved in contracts are anonymous. I can decide to tell you I do this, just as the same way I say I built a Discord server for the community. I can also decide not to even tell you that I built it. And being that is the reason of being that anonymous. You may know those people or you may not even know them. Contract execute himself when the conditions are met. What are the conditions of me paying you on 15 on every month? The 15 must be on the 15 and it must be at that time 10 a.m. If it is not on the 15 and it's not 10 a.m., it cannot carry out that because it's strict, it follows the rules. Regulation use blockchain to keep an eye on this contract. So we have some protocols that just monitors, are these projects still keeping on track with what they are built? If not, they have a question to answer. Okay, I'm going to try to speed things up. It's already 10, but I have to finish. Oh, okay, it's just remaining one, two, just 3 slides, and we are done for the day. So remember again, that our quiz is on Wednesday. Do not forget. And please, after this call, all of you that attend the class, send in message on the Telegram group. And if you don't have this material, let me know. So let's continue. Decentralized applications, fine enough. Thank God we are using a decentralized application to teach in this class. So what is decentralized application? Decentralized applications are actually an application that does not have controls. Sorry, that is not being controlled by anyone. Please, if you cannot hear, leave the call and join again. So a decentralized applications are just what purely applications that are not being controlled by anyone. So decentralized applications, or popularly called dApps, is an application that operates autonomously. It makes use of what a smart contracts on the blockchain as its backend. Data's integrity. That means data himself are solely owned by the users. Consortium resistant. It does not allow double spending of money. It does not have a downtime the same way you see Facebook. Facebook or WhatsApp can have a downtime. That means when you want to log in or trying to log in, or you may just be logging in before you know it start misbehaving. There is no downtime. Can you all hear me now? So just as us using this Odoo 01, if you look at it, I don't have rights the same way I have right using Meet or Google Meet. Sorry, yeah, Google Meet. That is because there's difference between decentralized, what someone can control, and what someone cannot control. That's why you see how many hours have we been in this call? I think I can check from my recording tool. Go. We have been in this call for 1 hour 30 minutes plus, and we are still running. It can run like this to whatever time we want. I cannot mute you the same way that if you join the call, I'm hearing noise from your own end. I can decide to turn off your mic from my own end. I can also decide to remove you from this call. But on this Google Meet, sorry, on this Odus, I cannot do that. But I can do that with a non-decentralized application like Google Meet, where it is being solely controlled by people. But here I cannot do that because it gives powers to you. If you see here, I use my wallet address to join this call, but I bet it's not my wallet address that is showing on your own end, or if it shows, that is it. And can you know if it is me or if it is not me? You can only know it is me because you know my voice. I've been teaching you. But if someone else join us newly that we have not known that person, we will not know who join the call or who do not join the call. That's why, yeah, privacy matters. So privacy are characteristics of what a decentralized application. I That is the beauty of decentralization. But on the centralized applications, those applications are being controlled with people. People can do a lot of things. That is why Facebook can bound you, Twitter can suspend you for not doing anything. It can even give you what's the problem? It may be your network because I don't think that is from my own end anymore. I don't think so. So guys, let me speed up so that everyone go and get a rest. So that's what decentralized application is. And us being able to connect our wallets, carry out swap as what we have done before, is actually what the work of the smart contract. So in few minutes we are going to discuss what is crypto halving. Halving is just a term that applies for a supply of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency out there. So let's look at it. When you were in secondary school, your dad will give you money. I think when you finally move on to university, in a normal sense, your parents supposed to give you more money, right? Definitely. But the time you graduate from school, the volume of the money that your dad or mom will give to you will, I think it should reduce because they feel that you are done with school. That's number one. Number two, you are coming home and you should start to be either a man of yourself or a woman of yourself. So the process of your dad or your parents stop giving you amount that they do give you is actually an halving. So on the blockchain, this is actually a term whereby, let's say, if we have 1 million of a token, its supply will actually be somehow half. That means if 1 million was in circulation 4 years ago, maybe 4 years later, it should not be 1 million again being in circulation. It should reduce. So halving is a term applied for the supply of any kind of crypto either Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. But we are going to solely focus on the Bitcoin because we actually have a belief that if a Bitcoin goes up, other kind of crypto should also follow that trend. So for BTC, after every 210 blocks is mined. So what are blocks? Blocks are just layers through which transaction records are being stacked on the blockchain. Just as the way that you have a file, if you put something in a file and that file is full and you still need to put more things, what will you do? You bring in a new file and start putting informations again. So on the blockchain has a block, and that blocks are to store what transaction history. When a particular block is full, you move on to the next available blocks and keep doing so. So on Bitcoin, they has their own blocks through which Bitcoin transactions are going in there. So after which a particular block is full, you move on to the next one. So after every 210,000 blocks is being mined, or roughly this comes across every 4 years, the blocks reward given to those guys that actually help in approving a transaction. So when you click on sending $10 or $2 to me, what is actually happening under the hood is there are guys called either the miners or either the validators. Miners happen in the proof of work, in the proof of work protocols. Bitcoin is actually a proof of work, but on the Ethereum and others proof of stake, what they do, they stake token. So when you stake token out some kind of amount of token, they give you the privilege to approve people transactions. So all those gas fee that you have been paying in your life are being paid to real human being because they are the ones that approve those transactions. It's not like they physically use their hand and click 1, 2, 3. It is not like that. They have machines that help them to approve those transactions. So each machine that approves the transactions, a particular money is being given to that machine. At the end of the day, what happened? Since the machine is being owned by someone, the person gets the reward. So after every 4 years, these guys that approve these transactions, they give them some kind of Bitcoin. So after every 4 years, that particular reward is being half. What do I mean half? It is being split, or it is being divided into two, or multiplied by 0.5. So this event is actually referred to as halving because it cut in half the rate at which new Bitcoin are released into circulation. So burning crypto is actually a process that takes inflammatory crypto, too much of crypto, out of circulation and reducing its total supply of that coin, and this can increase the demand in some cases. Why sometimes you see projects saying that they are burning tokens, so they will just go and create a crypto wallet where they will not have access to it again. They may decide to throw away the seed phrase and just be sending a cryptocurrencies in there. The idea is that those cryptocurrencies that are being sent in there should never be in circulation. It should not be traded. That is what it means. So crypto mining and other types of mining. So crypto mining is just a process of creating new cryptocurrency in order to increase the circulating supply of that particular cryptocurrency. So the mining that you carry out on your phones and your device, sorry to tell you, they are not even crypto mining. This is a crypto mining. You creating a new kind of cryptocurrency, or creating new cryptocurrency to an existing one, so that if the total circulating supply was 1, when you create new one it becomes to 2, 3, 4, 5 or so. So depending on the blockchain algorithms and types of blockchain, the mining process differs, just as how we are very different, and the names of I think by 10:20 I will be done with the class for today. I'm taking much. I think this is just the last thing. So depending on whatever kind of algorithm, we'll dive in there. But just know that there is an algorithm or consensus mechanism that is called proof of work and proof of stake, proof of humanity. There are so many. So for those guys that approve transactions on the proof of work protocols like Bitcoin, they are called what? Miners. So they, depending on the kind of blockchain algorithm that they use, either proof of work or proof of stake, proof of humanity, and the type of blockchain the mining process differs among these blockchain. So it can either be to the miners, it can either be to the nominators, it can either be to the weaknesses, it can actually be to the block producers. So there are two different categories of mining. Number one, it is local. Number two, it is cloud mining. Local mining are those um crypto miners that have this machinery is very physical. You can see them, you can even go and see how things are working. But for the guys that use cloud, maybe they don't have money, or it's not even the money. Maybe because in Nigeria like this, I think people do a lot of cloud mining, for because I know some couple of people that are blockchain validators for bigger blockchain like Telos, SUS, and so on. What they actually do, they use cloud mining. So they pay money to people like Microsoft, where they have Auxiliary, they have Apple's have their own. So at the end of it all, since they don't have, because it needs energy, it needs standard light. I can assure you, I don't know which part of Nigeria will have 24 hours light throughout the year. So these guys does not need situation that when it's supposed to be them, or it's them that is approving transaction, NEPA come and take light, what will happen? You know what will happen? It's going to lose its reward. So they decide to meet these big tech companies. They actually run those transactions with their machineries for them. Types of mining includes ASIC mining, GPU mining. That's when they will tell you to use your laptop. CPU mining, that one can be done on your phone. Mining or solo mining and cloud mining. So that was the wrap for our lecture 2. So we'll begin. I think we are getting closer to where we should be, which will solely be after the end of this beginner section, which is this lecture 1. Our lecture 2, or sorry, it's not our lecture 2, our section 2, which is intermediate, we are going to focus on learning the hardcore skills. So we'll come to class like this as we come. What we'll be doing is we go to Twitter, we write thread, we go to Medium, you write. I teach you how to do that. On your own end too, you also go back home and be doing it. I want you to be better. When we are finished with writing, we move on to design, where we'll be designing with things like Figmas and the rest of them. We'll move on to creating but we'll move on to be doing a whole lot of bunch of wonderful things, so that at the end of the day, when jobs come knocking, because you should not be the one knocking doors for job should be the one knocking doors for you, due to how worthy, how valuable you are. So thank you, we have finished lecture 2. And what was lecture 2 about? Lecture 2 was simply about wallet security, because as you are here in this space, if you like make $2 million every month, if you do not understand how wallets work, how you have to secure your crypto wallet, what is crypto wallet, why are they different, then my dear brothers and sisters, you're actually working for something that you later cry, because an hacker is already there somewhere to take off your money or do any couple of things that he or she wants to do. So we also move on to talk about testnet and mainnet. We move about to talk about types of crypto wallet we should use. We move on now to talk about Bitcoin halving, an event that happens every 4 years after 210,000 blocks have actually been mined. And also the rewards of looking at this screen now. I think I forgot something. Looking at this screen now. On 2009, 50 Bitcoin were given to any miners that approve transaction. In 2012, which is approximately 4 years, that reward was half to what? 25. In 2006, it was half again to 12.5. In 2020, it was half again to 6.5. Last year, it was what? Half to 3.125. So every time that someone is approving your transaction, that person is actually making 300,000 dollars plus every single time. So if you approve up to 10 transactions in a day, 300,000 times 10, that is 3 point something million dollars that some people can make. Am I right? I think so. No, no, please, oh, please, please, please. It is not, oh, that is exaggerating. So 10 transaction today, 10 times 1,000, yeah, no, 100,000. That is what? 100,000 times 10. What are you going to have? A million. So some people can make $1 million by being a miner. So this was an interesting class. We have learned so much. Please be on the Twitter. Remember, our quiz will be on Wednesday. So before we even start the class, we come to class early. If you do not come to class, I will not wait. If it as far as it is two people, we'll begin the quiz. The quiz will not be something tough. Read your Web3 material that I've sent for you. Nothing could be new. If anything will come new, I may drop a thing that you should read on tomorrow. But I assure you, it should be question you should be able to answer very, very well without stress. The quiz will be by 8 p.m. 8 p.m. By the end of tomorrow, I'll say if the quiz will happen on Discord or if the quiz will happen on Telegram. Our first quiz happened on Telegram, so our second quiz may still be on Telegram or it may be on Discord. Thank you all for having me. I still just remain myself. For you, what I'm going to tell you to do, and I'm going to say it again, and I will say it again. I've taught you something today. Testnet, Mainnet, swapping, bridging, Bitcoin halving. You have more than 5, 6 different topics to choose from. What will you do? Some of you or a lot of you here will not even go and read more about it. You will not go to Twitter and write anything about it. Even someone that is serious that I create account 2 weeks ago, if you go to his Twitter, you may see that the person has done work than you that have been on Twitter, and you start saying you know about Web3 in the past 3 years. Changes begin with you. I love working with people that are serious. If after class like this tomorrow you said you talk about this, I do not understand, I'll create time to explain it to you. Or during my time me researching on what is bridging in blockchain or crypto or this, I find out this, is it correct, can you throw more light? That is going to help me. I check you people Twitter every day. In the morning I will check, in the afternoon sometimes I may not check, but in the evening I'll check. Every time nobody will write something. How are you going to earn? Will they carry the job and come and put in your mouth? No. Jobs are not going to be put into your mouth. It's what you put out there. I talk about yapping. What is yapping? I think on Wednesday again, I will talk about it again. I don't know how to talk much because when I say do something, it is for your own good, not for me. When you make the money, it is not my wallet address. It is just simple as that. Thank you for staying to this time, at least almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. See you more and better. Sure, some of you will sleep. So see you more and better tomorrow morning. And more info about the quiz will be dropped, where the quiz will be held. I think that's the most important thing. So I wish you all the very best. Thank you.